Your grace will be enough when my eyes can't see what you have prepared.
Getting into God's Word first thing in the morning makes a huge difference in my day. I have learned to integrate fitness into reading the Bible. Fitness is also very important. I'm going to link below the program that I'm using for this video that is hosted on my private membership community.
Your words, they comfort me. Strength is rising. Lift up your heads, you weary souls. Our God is not done yet. Our King will come with the morning light, bringing joy to the...
I prep the biggest meal of the day in the morning. This is so that by the time we're done with school, we can have a meal to eat, and I don't have to worry about cooking later on. Usually, one of my kids will join me in prepping this meal, and it teaches tons of life skills, cutting skills, and just learning different things with mom. So once the Instant Pot meal is ready, then we're ready for homeschool. Everything's ready, and now we're going to start school. Today we're going to be feeding our compost pile. We keep worms in a compost bin. And today we're going to use all the scraps that we had for breakfast, cutting them up small so that it's easier for the worms. Then I have one of my children cut up some paper so that we can add a carbon source to the compost. It is important to teach my children about using waste to create a valuable resource for our garden, and that is called composting. We have this bin here, and inside we have regular worms. And this is where beautiful soil is created with our waste. Here are the worms. There's tons of them, and they're very, very happy in here. And so the first step is that we dig a hole. We try to alternate. So if we're digging a hole here this time, the next time we'll dig a hole on the other side. So here she is digging a hole and then putting the scraps, the food scraps, in the hole. The next part that she's going to do is wet the compost pile so that it has a little bit of moisture. And then she's going to proceed to cover it all up, and then is ready. It's very simple. Then she adds a little bit more water on the top to have a little bit more moisture, and then she's going to be covering up our compost bin again. It's amazing to be able to see our food scraps be turned into amazing compost that we can later sprinkle into our garden. Alright, so here we are. In the morning, we like to memorize our Psalm 91. This is the psalm that we have been memorizing all year long that I shared with you in a previous video. And we just take our time memorizing it. It's a very lengthy psalm, so we're taking our time memorizing that. If you guys want to see our memory work with the psalms, go ahead and look at my previous video. I'll link it below. And then we have this morning basket. I'm going to share with you guys what I do. So at night, I like to read a story to the kids. We just finished reading this story. What was the story? What was the name of the story, guys? Lost in a Mountain in Maine. And we're picking a new story now. So we are going to be doing Little House in the Big Woods. There's a story that we're going to be revisiting again. We have younger ones coming up, and it's just a classic. So we're going to be reading that at night. And then we have other things in our basket. We have a little book on manners that we'll be reading a little bit each day. We also have a book in Spanish. This one has a few stories in Spanish that I'll be reading. We also have 50 true stories of daring women and God, and this has a lot of great stories of women who have done amazing things. And in the morning, we are doing this one-year Bible for children. So every day I just read a little bit and have some questions at the end of the story, and I'll be doing that. In my morning baskets, I always have the Book of Virtues. This is just a great book where everything is divided by virtues like self-discipline, compassion, responsibility, friendship, lots of different virtues, and then there's stories on all these virtues. So maybe 2 times a week I'll pick some stories from there. I also have these 2 books, my United States notebook that the kids are working through, and also this Draw the USA book as well. And this is just going to go through the states because we are memorizing these capitals here that go along with the United States book. And so it's just a great, I'm going to be linking everything in this basket below for you guys. I also have some flashcards in here. I have some flashcards in Spanish. I have some birds here. Here are like local birds that so the kids can learn the names of local birds. And I also have these artists. These are 50 famous paintings cards that you'll always see in my morning baskets. All right, so we're going to get started, you guys. We're going to be reading our one-year Bible, and it gives you the date. So every day, just go to the date that corresponds to each day. Do you all remember what was the story that we read yesterday?
King Solomon.
King Solomon. And yes, and what was it that happened? What were the 2 women fighting about?
A baby.
The baby, right? Whose baby it was, right? Well, today we have another interesting story, and it's about how Solomon built his temple. Now we're going to read our story in Spanish. You all ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Vamos a ver ahora. This is about Little Red Riding Hood. Caperucita Roja. Can you say that? Caperucita Roja. Érase una vez una niña a quien todo el mundo llamaba Caperucita Roja porque siempre llevaba una capucha de color rojo. ¿De qué color era su capucha? Rojo. Un día su madre le pidió que llevara miel a su abuelita. ¿Qué le pidió ella que llevara a su abuelita?
Miel.
Miel, porque su abuelita estaba enferma. Por el camino se encontró con el lobo. Let's see if you guys remember our birds. Ready?
Okay.
All right.
I know all of them.
You know all of them? What's this one?
Crow.
An American?
American crow.
American crow. What is this bird?
A common grackle. Common
A common grackle, yes. What about this bird? Ooh.
Eagle.
And that is a bald eagle. Very good. And you've seen those. And now this is a woodpecker, right? That we've seen in our backyard, or we've seen them when we go hiking. What is the name of this woodpecker?
Pileated woodpecker.
Pileated woodpecker. Now this is another woodpecker. What kind?
Downy woodpecker.
A downy woodpecker. We're gonna do some rhythm practice, and Jane is gonna give us a beat, and we're gonna get a beat with her. We're gonna have to follow her beat, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's listen. You took what the enemy meant for evil. You turned it for good. You turned it for good. You took what the enemy meant for evil. You turned it for good. You turned it for good. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. You took what the enemy meant for evil. You turned it for good. You turned it for good. Victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. So here are the children, and they have started their schoolwork for the day. My two oldest have gotten a head start in the morning, and so they're just finishing up journaling and handwriting. But this is a time where they all do their independent work. I want them to really foster independence. So they'll do things like handwriting and workbooks that they can do on their own. I even have my 4-year-old learning how to do independent work. My husband also chips in and works with us in the morning as he works from home. And so we correct their work together. Here's my 3-year-old, and she gets to do different activities here. We set out puzzles for her and other hands-on activities from our shelf that she loves to do. On the board over here today, we have this copy work for them to copy. I like putting writing prompts up here or different copy work, poems or passages that I want them to copy into their writing notebooks. So what I will do is, once they're done with their independent work, I will go around with each child and correct their work and see how they did and answer any questions that they have had. I like to pull the little ones to work on the side table with me, one-on-one, and we'll go through reading, writing, and math together. It takes us about an hour and a half. And I like reading to them. I like playing little games to bring learning alive. And they have so much fun learning together. Go. 27, 28, 29, and 30. Good job. All right, now we're going to play Simon Says. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
The way that we play Simon Says, though, is this. You have to only do what Simon says. If you don't do what Simon says, you lose. So if I say stop, you don't stop. You only do it if Simon says. Ready? Simon says, tap, tap, tap. Simon says, touch your nose. Simon says, touch your head. Touch your belly. Uh-oh, did Simon say that? No, he didn't. But you'll do it again better next time. Only if Simon says. Ready? Simon says, touch your ears. Simon says, touch your chin. Simon says, tap your cheeks. Tap the table. Did Simon say that? No. Simon says, wiggle your arms. Simon says, touch your nose. Touch your ears. Ah, look, you lost. Look, you got me lost. When our little ones are done with school, I will usually set them up with an activity. Today I've set up this water bin, But I also have different bins that I rotate through. We are screen free until the weekend, so that means that they have to keep themselves busy, and they're usually very good at entertaining themselves. When the girls are done with school, they get to do their hobbies and the things that they love. Since we are screen free, they have to do something that they can do by themselves or do together. Here they are working on a puzzle. They have been really interested in working on puzzles, so they will work on puzzles together. This is a 500-piece puzzle that they have been working on little by little every day until they complete it. And it's something that strengthens bonds in siblings, so I really love that they are interested in it.
I'm now found of every blessing. Tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy, never ceasing. Call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet sung by flesh.
After lunchtime, the kids are free to go play and do the things that they love to do. Today there was rain outside and they took advantage and put their swimsuits on and decided to play in the rain. Childhood is such a short period of time. Let your children enjoy their childhoods as much as possible. Let them get dirty. Let them play in nature with all the amazing things that nature has to offer. I hope this has given you a good idea of what homeschool can look like for a large family like ours. We are done with school around noon for the most part, and then we will regroup again for 1 more hour for our group studies, which usually consists of science and history. If you would like to learn more about homeschooling, subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of content on home education and all things motherhood. And if you would like to learn even further, join my private membership community. It is a private membership community for mothers, and in this community I share all of the inside work that I do in my home, from meal prepping to zone cleaning to all of the curriculum that I use, all of the things that I do here in my home that nobody gets to see. These are private videos in a thriving community of moms, and it is such a wonderful place to have this for moms. It's a great fellowship. I'll link the membership below. If not, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.